It's February 18th, 2014. I'm going to go see Lego Movie, and I'm going to go see, almost said Back to the Future. That would have been a terrible remake. Robocop. I don't know how that got mixed up in my brain. I'm mainly making this video because of Robocop, because it's such a big thing, and because everybody has been going on about this being a remake and stuff like that. James, here on Manic Expression, he kind of did a stop the hate on this whole thing, and I'm trying to have his mentality, his thought process in mind that, if it was exactly like the original, people would be like, well, why remake it? And if they change too much, then people complain there. So just enjoy it for what it is. I'm going to try to do that. I just recently actually bought the Blu-ray of the original film. It was like one of the dig and save bins at Walmart for like £7.50 or something. So I said, what the heck, I grabbed it. And so I haven't watched that yet. It's still actually in the shrink wrap. Haven't watched it because I didn't want that in my brain. I mean, I still remember the movie. I've seen it like a few times. That was probably like one of the first rated R movies I've seen at my aunt's house. They rented a videotape. So, yeah. I like the original movie. There's a lot of good things in it. Will I like the 2014 version? I don't know. I will say here off the bat, I will say things I don't like about it so far. The way they changed Robocop's look. I like the update. Don't get me wrong. I've seen trailers, I've seen clips where he starts off being the classic, metal gray look. Then they just like, oh, let's paint him black for no reason. I'm sorry, but wouldn't you want some kind of... He's supposed to be a police officer. This is something I kind of had a... If I really want to nitpick on the original movie, he's supposed to be a police officer. Why not make him, I don't know, freaking look like one? If they had a uniform or something, maybe it would have been too cliche. I don't know. At least with a badge on his chest or something. Maybe drop images of Drudge Dredd. I don't know. But at any rate, that's my thinking. The fact that he still has a human hand. I get why they did that. Was supposedly, so there's still, the human touch or whatever, so that way people would be more accepting of the Robocop. I get that. That's what they changed in this movie. But ultimately it has to stand on its own. It has to be its own thing. I've seen clips, I've seen commercials, I've seen adverts, and it hasn't told me too much other than, some of the stuff I already know about about Robocop. So there's that. Again, like I said, I'm going to go see Lego film first because I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I likes the Lego. So I'm going to go see that first, and the reason why I'm doing this now is because the way that the timing is on the films, I'm going to see the Lego movie first, and by the time that's finished, I'll just have enough time to, make it to Robocop. So by the time I get back out here, it's probably gonna be a lot darker, and I'm probably gonna have to use my car lights. And oddly enough, I can turn mine on without having to open my door constantly. I don't know why everybody else's car, cough cough, Brad Jones, doesn't have that option. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, I'll see you when I get out. I have plenty of time, actually. I have about an hour before I gotta go in for Robocop. I just got finished watching the Lego movie. Still got my 3D glasses, my real 3D, and they always say to recycle these, and honestly the best thing you could do is take some nail polish remover, remove these, pop out the lenses, and you got your very own pair of hipster glasses. So that's pretty cool. Aside from that, film was great. I probably shouldn't have seen it in 3D, only because $14, but figure what the heck. It did make good use of it, I have to say. There wasn't a lot of like in your face kind of stuff, Count Dr. Tongue's 3D theater or whatever. It was, there was a good couple of shots. I mean, they shot me in the face, which that's interesting. Great movie. I don't want to give too much away about it. It's done in sort of this semi-choppy stop motion, even though it's all computer generated, which it's I hate to borrow what other people have said, but I can't have no other way of describing it. It's like a love letter to childhood and a love letter to playing with your toys and stuff like that. There's a lot of cameos, both visually and audially. Batman's in it. He's one of the main characters in the thing. It's done by Warner Brothers, of course. And oddly enough, I have to say that all the DC characters that are in this movie, which are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern, I can truthfully say that the representation in this Lego movie is probably going to be 10 times better than the Batman, Superman, Justice League beta film that's going to be coming out whenever. Aside from that, I think Batman's voiced by the one who did him in the Brave and the Bold cartoon, if I'm not mistaken. If it isn't, it sounds a heck of a lot like him. Would have been good if they would have gotten Conroy, whatever his name is. Can't remember. That's bad. I'm a very, very bad nerd. Anyway, I don't think that light makes much of a difference right there. So, it was a good movie. Very funny. I was by myself and I'm laughing. And there are some movies, kind of like some TV shows, that are supposed to be comedies that, yeah, it's funny, but it's like it seems funnier when you hear other people laughing at it. Sort of like laugh tracks on bad old TV shows that just tell you, oh, here's the spot where you're supposed to laugh. So that sort of enhances it. I was alone in this movie theater. Oddly enough, it was an empty theater by myself. 3D glasses, did have D-Box, however, none of them were working. I didn't pay for the D-Box, maybe that's why it wasn't working. Whatever. So there's that. Great movie, great action, great comedy. It was, I want to almost say it was sort of like the humor that's in the Lego video games. As far as any Lego media is concerned, I know that there was I think there was like a couple of direct-to-video ones. I don't know if they're anywhere close to this. Talking about cameos, it just popped in my brain. Because one of the videos that they have done direct-to-video things was a Star Wars. And that made me remember there is a Star Wars cameo in here, and I think they're actually voiced by their respective proper people. So, which is really, I mean, just not like they're really doing anything right now. So, yeah, so that was really cool, I have to say. Beyond that, the thing at the end, I do not want to give away. The story follows, you have President Business, who is not only the president of Octotan, I think, Octan, which is like the company name that is in all the Lego toys, usually on like anything to do with gas. But it's like the business, like the only name brand business that is for Lego toys. He's not only president of that business, but the world, apparently. So, and he's voiced by Will Ferrell. He's, it's, I will say this, that it's like a kid playing with his toys and dealing with stuff that goes on in his own life. Okay, so there are parallels there. It's pretty cool. It's a nice movie. I honestly, if I never saw anybody talk about this movie, and I probably would let it go by and watched it on DVD and then get mad at myself for not seeing it in the theater like I've done a few films before. So there's that. So anyway, so the president, trying to get to the story. The president is trying to, there's like, it opens up with him and who I think at that time was possibly a different character, but some kind of like, ancient mystic kind of guy. And he goes to steal this ancient artifact, secret weapon called the Craggle, which is fun, very, very humorous. It's actually a bottle of crazy glue with some of the letters burnt off. Or rubbed off, whatever. The old metal tubes that can get paint scratched up. Anyway, so, and he was going to use it to permanently fix the world because he's like a perfectionist and that kind of thing. So and obviously you have this one character, and I just watched the movie and I forgot his bloody name. But the main character, who is just like this generic construction worker, and he literally has like the old 80s, generic face, the head with, so that's kind of funny. I didn't notice that until they kind of lampshaded it. He stumbles across somebody who's like the master builders, and he gets he finds the piece of resistance. Oddly enough, no French people saying what that was. Piece de resistance, whatever. So he ends up finding it by mistake. The construction guy, and they go off on an adventure, and they go through different dimensions or worlds or whatever. Like they end up in Old West, town, and they end up in, friggin', what was it called? Cuckoo Cloudland or something like that, which was just like everything's crazy. And there was like this kitty unicorn thing, which I think might have been voiced by, like, what was her name? Lauren Faust, or whoever it is responsible for, like, My Little No, the voice actress, I'm sorry. She's like the one that does, she worked on, like, I think she does something on, like, the My Little Pony cartoon, and she did, like, one of the Powerpuff Girls, and she's, like, I think she did, like, Harley Quinn in the last, in, like, not Lego City here, right? In Batman Arkham City, because I think the original voice actress, forgot her name too, dropped out. But anyway, I think she's the voice of the kitty, which is kind of funny, the Unikitty. And they go there because they're trying to find the master builders, and that's when we meet Superman for the first time. And there's this weird kind of, like, I don't get it though. There's like this weird relationship between Superman and Green Lantern, where it's like Green Lantern's like, oh hey, I'm a big fan, I really want to be around you and stuff like that, and Superman's like, yeah, I'm gonna go find some kryptonite and eat it or something, which he kind of asked somebody at one point, which is kind of funny because he's keeps being bothered by Green Lantern. So anyways, the great movie. If you have a chance, go check it out. I am going to go across the street from my theater here and get some Pollo Tropical. Have some Los Pollos Hermanos. Hopefully they haven't run out of the blue raspberry pop rocks. But anyway, and I will, next time you'll see me, I'm going to be coming out of Robocop. So there's that. And see you then with lights on, because it'll be dark by then.